Something has got to happen because we can no longer go down the path that we're going down. This country won't last another 6 months. This country won't last another 12 months if something doesn't happen. So it's time to flip the switch. It's time to get involved. It's time to move the line forward. And if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. So I don't care what flip the switch is. I don't care if that means that all of this nonsense is nonsense, or if some of it's true.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, it's been a long time since I saw you, about 20 minutes or so. I've got somebody here that everybody's been wanting to hear from. We've got Mike here running the equipment, and we're going to do a quick little show with updates and opinions, and you guys got a lot to say, it looks like, in chat already, so I'm excited to get the show rolling. It's 10 o'clock my time, and Mike, are you there? Mikey. Uh-oh, Mikey's looking for his mic. Okay, never mind. I'm just going to carry on until he can figure this out. Where's your mic? You don't have a mic? Oh, yeah, train wreck. Woohoo! We waited all this time. Hey, Lisa, how are you? I'll just say hi to everybody while Mike figures this out. This is cracking me up. I can't hear him. I nothing, can't see him. This is awesome. This is what happens when it's late at night and you get ready to do a show. But I got a feeling we're all in for a long night, a long couple of days. Hi, Carlene. And we don't know what's going on in this world. We just know it's crazy. There's a lot popping in the Ukraine and Russia. Some of you in chat are pretty optimistic on what's going on, and other people not so much. So I'll look forward to covering both sides of this tonight. And thanks for entertaining my face here, since Mike can't figure this out. He's got me rolling all by myself. So I'm going to go with the concept here that until Mike gets on, we're going to talk about the possibilities of Trump coming back. So all of you in chat, you want to give your comments about that. I'd love to hear from you what your opinions are of what's really going on in that side of the world. You know, there's a lot of discrepancies. That's all I can say for sure in this crazy world with this Ukraine and stuff going on. I saw today, this afternoon, you know, I covered the serious part of it earlier today. Then I looked into all these videos I was seeing and images of the same people that I guess are called crisis actors. The same lady bandaged up 3 different ways on different Russian and Ukrainian magazines and newspapers that she supposedly got hit with different explosives and debris 3 different times. So I saw that. Then I saw that there's all these different videos that are being made that apparently aren't even from recently or currently, that they've traced back to the past different events, whether they were made up or not. So we've got some interesting stuff going on. I haven't seen anything new, you guys, with, a lot of people are saying Putin's taking back the deep state and getting them out of there. I heard that since 1991, that Ukraine has not re-registered their borders, implying that Ukraine really isn't a state / a country. That so it's basically been under cabal and deep state control. Are you there, Mike?
Check.
Check 10-4, good buddy. Let me finish my thought, then I'll bring you in. So if you're there still. But anyhow, so they were never really a country or a state. So they're saying that the deep state and that the cabal, that's been their playground, and that's why they're going in Ukraine where they're at, because they're taking all that out. So we have all these different opinions, all these different theories, all this stuff is breaking. So let's just go ahead and bring in Mike and see how long he can stay here and add to the conversation. What happened?
I'm missing my mic. I forgot to grab it from the house when I left, so it's back to the trying to figure the computer thing out. So I called in with the phone.
Well, actually, that's working okay.
All right. Sounds better than it was earlier today in the car when it sounded like I was rattling around a bunch of tin cans.
Yeah. And it's
that was horrible.
It's like you had a family of something in your vehicle with you too. Not quite sure what it was, but
probably squirrels. Probably squirrels, and they were probably trying to hide acorns.
Yeah, probably. So anyways, have you been able to keep up with anything that's been going on while you've been traveling, or not really?
I was just checking everything out as close as I possibly could. They said that they were getting close to taking the Capitol, but I that was the last I heard. And again, everybody's got their own opinions and their own takes on this, which I find very, very fascinating, to be honest with you. And I know Tammy, backstage we were contemplating maybe just taking some live calls and letting people jump up here and tell us what they think's going on, because I find it fascinating. There's so much going on, and the crisis actor stuff. What the heck?
Mike, I'm serious. The stuff, because, you know, obviously, like I said, I've been trying to keep up to date on the so-called news reporting and, you know, the different stuff out there coming in from all over. And then after I did that show, then it's like now I looked at the other aspect of it, and there's so much that doesn't make sense. It's not just 1 or 2 pictures side by side of crisis actors. There's a lot popping out, and I know people can make stuff up and manufacture stuff, but you know, you still have to look at this, because we don't know what's going on. We don't know what the truth is, and we're not getting solid truth from anybody. So there's not one source, so we have to just keep looking. And I find that there's a lot of inconsistencies with the media. Surprise, surprise. Yet Mr. T everything that he said so far, so good and hard to debunk.
Okay, so here you go. This is what we're going to do.
Okay.
Why don't we go ahead and start off with my thought? Let's talk about the return of Mr. T,
Okay.
and then we'll open the lines up for people to jump up here and make a comment. And
Awesome.
we'll try to get through as many of them as we possibly can. So short comments, what you think's going on, and then we'll bounce out. So here's what I wanted to lead off with tonight. I wanted
Okay.
to lead off with the return of Mr. T. Whether you believe he's coming back before 2024, or if you believe he's coming back maybe after the election of 2024, I can honestly say there's enough people in chat right now would love to have him back right now. Like this minute, come back. I'm one of them. I'm sick and tired of all this crap. I'm tired of a weak leader who can't seem to have anything go right. And it's time to get the man back in the office that truly won that election anyway, hands down. So, do I think he's going to return before 2024? I really think that it'd have to take an act of God before that could happen. But that may be happening right before our eyes. So I don't know. I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic to see what's going to play out and what's going to unfold before our eyes on all this stuff. And who knows? Maybe I might be pleasantly surprised with some type of announcement. So that leads me into the current administration.
Yes.
They got to go. And with Trump in office for 4 years, we would have never had this problem. He led with courage. He led with strength. His foreign policy, I know some people disagree with me. They didn't care for his foreign policy. And that's okay. They have a right to disagree on that. It may not have been perfect, but I feel like at least his foreign policy had strength behind it, and nobody messed with him. And certainly nobody messed with the United States or the United States military. So now fast forward to what we have, the dumpster fire right now, and he hasn't done anything that is good. I mean, it's just one crash after next after next. He's put us in this position, not Trump or anyone else. This current administration has put us in a position that I feel like we're crippled at this point because Russia holds all the cards. And obviously, the Biden administration doesn't even have a plan. Their plan is let's sit and wait for 30 days and see what happens. So that doesn't work. So I have to be the devil's advocate and say, would Trump even want to come back at this point? Would he want to have to come back and deal with all the crap that's been caused since the day he left? And it's going to have to take a strong guy like Trump to come back, because honestly, I think a lot of people would look at the situation and go, I don't even want to touch it. It's horrible. Everything that Biden touches turns to shit, and anything that the Democrats touch turns to shit. So
It's true.
would he even want to come back at this point? My thought is absolutely. I think the man would come back. I think he would. I don't know how he could work any harder than he did the first 4 years, but I believe he would work his full head off to try to get America back on track. And folks, that's what we need. We need him to get back. We need to get him back in that White House, making good decisions, cleaning up this dumpster fire. And that's really my thoughts.
Well, hey, Mike, I'm going to tell you, do I think Trump would come back? I'm going to say HE double toothpicks, yes, so I don't curse. The man loves America, and actually, he's still doing a lot. He is giving those rallies. He's releasing statements from his President Trump office, 45 office. He's endorsing political candidates for the midterms. I mean, the man's been very active. He hasn't really gone away per se. And what ex-president do you ever see that has ever done what he's doing still as a non-president? So the people of America and the world are actually still taking his advice, heeding what he has to say, and paying attention to what he has to say, where our so-called acting president nobody pays attention to. Putin on a phone call, it just came out, said Biden, you're not president of anything, and hung up on him. Like there is, I mean, there is no way that you can compare the two men. There, and you know what? Trump did say too, also, it was in chat, Harold, thank you for reminding me that everything woke turns to shit. He said that. So basically, that's where we're at. And love him or hate him, Trump gave it bluntly. I mean, how many people, even on the other side, would love just to have a mean tweet again? Because none of them look very good. There's nobody on that other side that is coming to the forefront and having any common sense or anything to say that is like leading this country to unify or be in a positive way. Didn't Biden say he'd unify the country again?
That's the only thing that he's delivered on. That's the only promise he's delivered on, because he's pissed off so many Americans that we did unite against him and against his administration. So that's the only thing that he has promised us, and he's delivered on. Everything else was just it was just hogwash. So I'm gonna repeat what Jeff said the other night.
Yeah.
Even the 3 people that voted for Biden wish they hadn't.
It's true. It's got to be, because you don't see anybody standing up saying, "Oh man, my president's nailing this. He's doing good." I mean, that's the 3 people.
I mean, only Jeff B can say it like that too, and it was hilarious when he said it too. He goes, "Even the 3 people that voted for Biden wish they hadn't." That was funny.
It must have been Biden, his wife, and Hunter.
There you go.
There's the 3, right?
Yeah, sure.
And don't forget this, Mike. You know, Trump never conceded either.
Nope, he didn't. He never conceded.
And I'm gonna lean towards our buddy Denise's statement. She said he's gonna come back sooner than later. So I kind of lean that way with her. And I know that you're a skeptic and you're more logical, I guess, logical minded. You like to see things. So there's so much going on that we can't see, that the best thing we can do is make educated guesses with the information that we receive from all over. And boy, to me now, I don't know about you, Mike, but there's so much out there. It's impossible to like latch on to any one thing. It's like, what direction do I go? You want to talk about seeing a squirrel? I feel like there's been a massive squirrel inundation everywhere, because it doesn't matter if it's with the foreign policies, with the different countries, with you know, our food supplies. I mean, there is so much going on. It's like bing, 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 bing. Where do you look? You know?
Yep. Well, I tell you what, if you want, I can drop the link. And
okay.
we can take a handful of callers here, let them hop up here and tell us what they think's going on, give us their opinion, and then we'll close it out for tonight.
Okay.
I really think that with everything going on right now, even the people that voted for the other guy wishes Trump was back, and they may get their wish.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. All right, so go ahead and drop the link. If anybody in chat, hey, you guys want to step up? Cherie, B-Cats, Carol Z, Patriot Missile, a lot of you regulars, Patriot Starfighter that are always in chat, hop on up. Here's your chance to give us your point of view. Obviously, this is like very hot, all this that's going. It seems like everything's lit right now.
Here, let me answer one of the questions in chat real quick. I just got off the phone with Shane before I fired this up. Shane is he sounded really good tonight. Better than I've heard him sound for a few days. So he's working on it, folks. Keep him in your prayers, keep him in your thoughts. But he did sound a little bit better tonight when I had him on the phone, and I know he's listening right now because I told him I was going on. I told him we were going on, so he said he'd be watching. So if you guys want Shane is watching right now. You can show him some love in the chat. You guys show Shane some love.
Yeah, send him a kiss, a hug, or a hey Shane, or hey Captain Finger. That would be awesome. So hey Shane, he's probably turning the screen off right now since I'm looking in there saying hi. Hi Shane. Shane. Oh, here's a virtual hug, Shane. Love you. He's probably getting sick right now because of that.
Gotta love Shane.
You gotta love the Shane. You gotta love Captain Finger.
I missed the 3 at 3.
I do too. We had a good time doing that show, and I look forward to doing it again when Shane's feeling better. I miss him, I miss him. I just want him back. So we got to give him lots of prayers, you guys, lots of love, and pray that he heals quickly, and he feels good again soon, because we sure do miss him. It's like a big void, you know? And I know that you're a pretty big shoes to fill there, Mike. But you know what, Shane's the perfect accompaniment to you, definitely.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
All right. So also, Phyllis was saying that CPAC is going on, and that Mr. T is supposed to be talking at it tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, that's what she said. I just
Well,
saw it.
I know CPAC is going on. I just didn't know that T was gonna speak at it. So I guess we might want to pay attention to that, because I have a feeling there's going to be a tongue lashing coming for old Poopy Pants there from T, because he's going to tell him exactly what he thinks. I'm sure of it.
And I haven't really heard much from T about him at all, other than and what's going on, other than if I were president, this wouldn't be happening, and that he's been a total failure. So that's the only kind of comments I've heard. And you know what, for Mr. T, that's pretty minimal. So I agree with you. If he's talking tomorrow, it ought to be a big deal, fingers crossed.
I think people should probably pay attention to it.
Yeah, I agree.
So Phyllis says it's 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds good. Yes, yep. Well, you know what? Waking people up is part of the plan. That's what we've been hearing for a long time. And I think at this point, the people that are going to be woken up are. Anybody else, we're just going to have to pray for and help on the other side of this. I don't think after seeing everything with the sickness that went on and the complete failure of this president handling it all, and with the inflation, just with everything, the pipeline, look at, we're still getting our oil, importing oil from Russia. Why are we doing that? Why isn't there no talk about opening that pipeline back up?
Because it's too late. It's too late, Tammy. Even if they went ahead and said, hey, let's build the Keystone, it's not going to get done in time to make any difference in what's going on right now in the world economy and in America. They killed that, and it would take, for them to say tomorrow morning, hey, let's get back to building that, it would take months just for them to round everything up. They probably have to get new bids. You're talking, Shane would probably know this better than I would, but it'd probably take them anywhere from 6 to 9 months just to even think about getting back to work. So, it's just, it's horrible.
Wow. I had no idea it was that long. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, they shut it all down. So you got to think about the inflation since the day he shut the pipeline down. Think of fuel costs that have gone up. Think of all the things that have gone up. So, yeah, they can't just go back to work under the same contracts that they had prior to that. So that whole pipeline would have to completely go through a rebidding process, and that could take months and months and months to do that. So, I just don't think that it could start up quick enough.
The ding dong, and he did it on day one. What the heck? You look at everything that he's done and how he's protecting, and no action here. It certainly isn't us at all, or the people. So, I'd love to just see one person stand up and stand out for that man as president. I don't see it happening. All of a sudden, all his so-called supporters got awfully quiet.
Well, Rusty has a good question. What about fracking? They have been talking about opening some of the fracking back up. One in particular, and I can't remember the name of I think it was in Pennsylvania. They were talking about it today. Even doing fracking, I don't know. There probably still have to be a bidding process for some of that stuff. You could probably start some of that quicker than the pipeline, but that pipeline would take quite a bit to get fired back up. But as far as fracking and drilling, I think they could probably get back to fracking and drilling within 30 days or so. I'm guessing. I don't think it'd take that long.
Well, a couple of other comments. Mike Camperman was saying that they're watching 4 different lives from Ukraine and all the surrounding areas, and that it's totally quiet and not a lot going on. And you know what, Camper Man, I've seen that feed as well. I'm watching another feed from a guy who is like a news guy. I think it's KLW World News, and there wasn't much going on with it either. But then you see other videos, and it's like loud, bombing noises going on. And I have to tell you, I have a friend whose family's in Ukraine, and I spoke to her tonight, and they live right in Kiev. And Mike, they are hearing and seeing the different explosions and goings on. And they said that heading out of the area, it's all backed up traffic, so that there's no point to even get in your car and try to leave, that they're just hanging out in their home for now and praying a lot because they really just don't know what to do. So whether that bombing is real or not real, or if it's different explosives placed a certain way for a certain reason, optics, whatever it may be, at least they're there, they see it, they hear it, they're living it. So it's pretty terrifying whether it's fake or it's real. I wouldn't want to be there. I feel for those people because it's terrifying. So like you said, there's a lot going on. There's different information depending on where you go.
Yeah, I'd like to hear some people's opinion out of chat. Anybody wants to grab that link and jump up here?
Oh, yeah, we dropped the link. You guys, go ahead. Come on up.
So anybody wants to hop up and just tell us what your thoughts are, what you think's going on.
Oh, Tina was saying, and I just caught this, that Sleepy came out with his Supreme Court nominee this afternoon with all this Russia mess. I didn't catch that, Tina. That's what he's doing with his time right now, Mike?
Yeah, he's working on Supreme Court pick, yes. And nap time too.
And don't forget time to go get some ice cream.
Yes.
He's got to fit that into his daily meal. So while we're waiting for somebody to call up, let's go over about a couple things that Trump did while he was president, as far as his policies and as a representative of the leader of the free world here. So, of course, it's the infamous soccer ball tossed to Putin in Helsinki that he did. And I know that people have heard about it. We're well aware of that, but there's still been nothing further than that. So, I mean, if it wasn't really something to what was inside that soccer ball, I mean, is it normal? And what would it mean for Putin to toss a soccer ball to our president in Helsinki? Do you have any thoughts on that?
My thought is there definitely was some meaning behind it. I don't think that that's something that they would just do. It's a prop for a reason. It's a prop, stage prop. What it's for, I have no idea. I know everybody in chat has their opinions, what they think that meant. I've been through several different scenarios with it, but for the most part, for me, it was definitely a prop that had some significance behind it. I just haven't been able to nail down exactly 100% what it is.
Okay, that's fair enough. Hey, Maurice, that's funny. Maurice said at least toilet paper is still affordable, and so far it's still available too. We'll see how long that lasts. All right, what about when Trump was the first one, remember, to enter that demilitarized zone of North Korea with Kim Jong-un? He invited him over. Kim Jong-un was on the other side, and Trump. I watched the video again today, and I don't know if people remember. Trump actually said, "Do you want me to come over?" And Trump said, "I did not pre-plan that. I didn't know what he was going to say." And you know what? Kim Jong-un invited him over. They did the handshake and all that. And that was supposed to be like a 5-minute little meeting with Kim. And he ended, okay, I'll finish this and then we'll get to Shane. That was supposed to be a 5-minute meeting, and it ended up being an hour. So that's pretty different. And so look at this. Shane's on there. Hey, LWN fam, I love you all. Sorry I have been gone. I just got out of the hospital. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's had a rough couple of days, but he did sound a whole lot better on the phone tonight when I had him on the phone. So
Nice. Well, it's good to see that name up there and that up there. That melts my heart. That's awesome. And then another thing, Trump and Putin. Okay, so I watched this again today because at the 2017 APEC summit, when Putin was sitting down, Trump came up behind him and like patted him on the shoulder, and Putin immediately looked like, who is that? And when he saw it was Trump, he got up, they shook hands, and they kind of like hugged and patted. They had some nice conversation and some smiles. And I don't see Putin smile very often. However, him and Trump had a nice exchange there. And then later on for the photo op, when Trump was standing in the back next to Putin, they had another nice exchange. So to me, that says a lot as well when they have that kind of friendliness together and stuff, because Putin's not one to seem very friendly if he doesn't like you, you know? So what
I
are your
agree.
thoughts on that? What thoughts on
Well,
that?
so when Trump first came into office and he went on that world tour, and there was a lot of, I know everybody has their own opinions on this, but this is what I'm going to say. There were a lot of unique ceremonies that he was part of. Okay, you can't deny that. You can't deny the fact that he was part of some unique ceremonies. What they all meant, I don't know. I don't think that it's ever been done in history that I'm aware of. That a sitting president has been to some sacred places in other countries, had access to leaders like Kim Young Jong or whatever his name was, and done some of the things that he did. Now, look at the current administration that we have now. He hasn't even been around the world yet. He hasn't met with all the world leaders. You'd be lucky to get a Zoom call with that guy, and probably halfway through the Zoom call be nap time for him. So,
Yeah.
it's definitely um, it's definitely unique and interesting to see all that play out. And I think we're seeing some things play out right now in front of us as well.
I agree with that. And remember, Mr. T made sure we had, safe borders, strong borders. He built the military back up. Now here, this commander in chief is sending more of the troops over, 7,000 of them to Germany. And you know what? Somebody, where did I put it? I wrote down from chat from the show earlier. Somebody was saying that they're not just sending the young ones in, they are sending people up to 10 years. If they haven't been retired for 10 years, they're requesting those military people as well. And I found that pretty interesting.
Yeah, a lot of very interesting stuff. I'm reading some of the chat where they're saying gas prices like $5.99, $7. Um, Hold on, folks. I think it very well could be even higher than that.
Wow.
I
I
think I think people on fixed incomes will have to make a decision. Do I put gas in my car or do I feed myself? And if I feed myself, how am I going to get to the grocery store to buy the groceries if I can't afford gas? I mean, it could go pretty high.
Well, and are we going to be able to have groceries because we keep ebbing
We
and
lost you,
flowing?
Tammy. We lost you.
All right, am I there? Am I there now? Mike?
What happened to you?
I gotta fix this, Mike. I gotta fix this. I know you laugh at me. Yeah,
Tammy,
I know it's
can't
so
hear you. All right.
stop. You can. Okay, is it there? Okay, are you there? Are you there? Mike, they just went out. Okay, can you hear me now? Mike? Yoo-hoo. Michael. Oh, Mike, you're the only one that can't hear me. Okay, guys, I'm going to let Mike know that you guys can hear me and he can't. This is a train wreck. You can't. And I can't hear Mike either, you guys. Oh, he's out. It's bad for, okay, he's got to be out, you guys. Bad service. It's not working too well. So I guess we're going to have to unfortunately close this down here so he can get to bed and figure that out. So yeah, he said, let's just wrap it up. Okay, guys. So it was really good to be able to come on with Mike for a few. Thanks for joining us tonight. And we're just going to go ahead and close it down since he's got bad service and stuff. And we'll chat to you maybe tomorrow if something's breaking and Mike's got some time. We'll just go ahead and try to check in back with you again tomorrow. So love you all. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Hoping for a sincere performance, but open to finding the moment, to finding out where I'm headed now. Looking for a sign of disaster, so I can make it there faster. I'm weighing the consequences out. I can see in all directions. It's all open to interpretation, but I see colors that are breaking from the other side, the other side. When I make mountains out of summer trails, when I buckle under all the details, I'll keep going till I make it to the other side, the other side. Can you tell me the secret of how you can take it or leave it? How you can blend in with the crowd? I'm so scared, so